I make a lot of content on this channel about iPhone, iPad, and Mac specific tools and features, and I love doing that. But I wanted to try something a bit different today and make a video that anyone with an internet connection and a computer could get something from. So in this video, I'm going to share with you 5 amazing websites and browser extensions that use artificial intelligence to achieve some truly remarkable things. Stick around to the end if you're even the slightest bit interested in AI. I think you're going to be amazed at what some of these tools can do. Okay, let's get into it. I feel like I can't really create a video about AI websites without mentioning Craiyon, spelt with an AI in the middle of it. I see what you did there. If you followed AI in any form recently, you may have heard of DALL-E, the open AI project that takes a text input and turns that text input into original, realistic images at the push of a button. That tool is mind-blowing, but it's also still in the process of rolling out to the masses. But in the meantime, we have DALL-E Mini, or as it's now known, Craiyon. The premise of Craiyon is the same as its big brother. It's just that the results aren't quite as spectacular, but they're still really impressive and a lot of fun. You input some words into a text box, and then you hit the pen button here on the right, and you let the AI do its work, creating 9 images for you based on whatever you type in. So for example, I could type in koala smoking painting, and in less than a minute, this is the kind of result that I get back. Or I could type in pigeon beach iPhone watercolor, and this is the kind of thing that we're going to see. Or how about pumpkin girl? Yeah, sorry about that one, that's going to be in my nightmares. You can get some absolutely incredible results, and this thing is horrifically addictive. I can't tell you how long writing this particular section of the video has taken, thanks to me getting stuck in an endless loop of saying, I wonder what would happen if I type this in. Give it a try, and if you create anything particularly impressive or funny or terrifying, drop a comment with the keywords so I can give it a go myself. Onto a slightly less creepy and significantly more useful AI tool now, this is Jenni AI. The team behind Jenni AI describe it as a content assistant that you can take with you while writing your blogs, copy, or anything else. Essentially, if you're a writer, you're going to have struggled with writer's block at some point, and Jenni AI is designed to help get you past that, giving you prompts and suggestions as you write to keep you moving. Once logged in, you'll start by creating a new document. You can tell Jenni what it is that you're writing, whether that's a blog post, an email, an essay, or something else entirely. I'll choose blog post because actually for me when I'm creating videos, these are pretty much visual blog posts. In title, I'll type something in, and then in the description of my blog, which is an optional field, I'm going to input a description of what it is that I want to talk about. I'll choose my tone of voice for Jenni down at the bottom, and then hit the Start Writing button. You can see that as I move from the title of the blog into the body of it, a suggestion of text appears with a prompt underneath it. If I like this, I can hit the right arrow on my keyboard to accept the included text, or I can press Shift and the right arrow to see some other options. I'm going to try that. Once I've found something that I like, I'll press the right arrow to accept it, and Jenni will continue making suggestions for me. At any time, I can simply take over and begin typing myself, and the more that I do this, the more information it gives Jenni and the better its prompts will become. Now my take with AI is that it should be used as a tool to support you in your work, rather than creating all of your work for you. I wouldn't use this to write out an entire script, for example, but I would use it to give me a starting point to work from, or to get me past a bad bout of writer's block. Artificial intelligence is all well and good, but something that's just intelligent is keeping backups of your most important files, and the sponsor of today's video, Samsung, knows a few things about that. This is the T7 Shield, their most recent addition to the T7 range, called the Shield because this thing is built to be used. An IP65 rating means that any data you store on this is resistant against both water and dust, as well as drops from up to 3 meters. So if this comes tumbling out of your bag when you're traveling, no worries. With sequential read speeds of up to 1050 megabytes per second and sequential write speeds of up to 1000 megabytes per second, this will allow you to transfer large files to and from your devices with blistering speed, or even edit things like 4K video directly from the drive thanks to its dynamic thermal guard technology, keeping excess heat to a minimum. The storage here is up to 9.5 times faster than a typical external HDD. It's small enough to slip into a coat pocket or the inside pocket of a bag, and at just 98 grams you'll barely know it's there. But you can get a 1 or 2 terabyte version of this, so whilst it might be physically small, the inside is anything but. And it's compatible with your device regardless of whether you're a Mac user like me, or whether you prefer PC, Android, even a gaming console like the PS5, you're covered with the T7 Shield. I'll include some links in the description if you'd like to learn more or get your own T7 Shield, and thanks again to Samsung for sponsoring this video. This next tool is super simple in terms of its concept, but also super powerful. If you've got a photo or an image where you'd like to remove a part of that image, say someone in the background of a photo of you and your loved one, you can use this tool to intelligently do just that. Yes, this function has existed within Photoshop for years, but you would of course need both access to Photoshop and the knowledge of how to use Photoshop to make it work. Not so here, you're literally just using a website. Let me show you. The website is called Magic Eraser. So here's a photo of some sea lions that I took recently on holiday in Monterey, and it's a good picture already, but let's say that I want to remove these rocks up in the top left to really draw your eyes into the center, but I don't want to crop the image. What I can do is upload the image and then use the zoom button down here at the bottom to zoom into the area a bit clearer. Then I'm going to choose brush and use it like an eraser, rubbing over the area that I want to remove. Then I'll press erase. And just like that, it's gone. I'll repeat the process for these other rocks up here at the top. And just like that, they're gone. You can click down here on the original button to see the original and then flip back to the new image we've just created. You can download a low-res image at no cost. If you want a full-res image, you'll need to sign up to one of their pro plans. One of the biggest challenges when it comes to learning about complex subjects is getting past the jargon, the technical writing that's related to that industry. Sometimes to understand a concept, you just need someone to break that concept down for you into simple, easy to understand points, and that's where a Chrome extension called Jargon comes in. Once you've installed this and added it to Chrome, whenever you find yourself on a site with jargon that you're struggling to understand, you simply copy a sentence or two and paste it into the Jargon box, and Jargon will use AI to translate the text for you in a much less technical, much easier to understand manner. You can hit the refresh button to have the AI take another stab if you need to, and if you know what you're talking about, you can use the thumbs up and down buttons to rate the quality of the translation, and that feedback will be used by the developers to improve the tool over time. I've tried this out on academic papers, and the issue is that I don't understand enough about the topic to know if it's working or not, even though the results seem pretty good. But where I've been really impressed with this is in its ability to work with legal jargon like contracts or terms and conditions. It's one of my biggest bugbears, the fact that contracts are written in a way that non-legal professionals would struggle to understand them, and this tool really helps in that regard. This last site kind of took the internet by storm a couple of years ago, but I'm aware that a lot of people still won't have heard of it or tried it. MyHeritage have a tool that allows you to animate photos with pretty remarkable results. The idea is that you upload a photo of a person or of people and let the AI behind MyHeritage do its thing, creating a short couple of seconds worth of animation of that person's face. The animations are subtle movements, glancing around, blinking, perhaps smiling slightly, the kind of things that a person might do when they're sitting around. And whilst this will work with any photo of a person, the idea is that you might use this to bring old family photos to life. Now, I've not included any photos of my family or my ancestors here. These are all real examples taken from the site itself, but I have tried this and it's uncanny. I even tried it with photos of relatives who only passed in the last few years, relatives that I knew well, and in some cases this AI was able to create facial movements that were really reminiscent of the people behind the photographs. I guess where this becomes interesting then is in your ability to dig back into your own family history, see what old photos you can find, and get a feel for what they might have been like beyond the photo. This is a bit of a love it or hate it tool, and I can understand why, but as a hopefully enjoyable way to use AI to better understand where we all came from, I think it's pretty cool. So there you go, 5 interesting websites that make use of artificial intelligence in pretty remarkable ways. Let me know if you have any interesting experiences using any of these. Drop a comment on the video and tell me about it. And also, if you're a long-term viewer of the channel, what did you think of this type of video? Is this the kind of thing you'd like to see more of in the future? Let me know. And as ever, if you found this video useful, do please consider leaving me a like and subscribing to my channel for more content like this in the future. See you on the next video.